Have you ever noticed that it's really difficult to put your arms around a situation in traumatic, stressful times? It could be the passing of a loved one, a parent, or the demise of a relationship, as in a divorce, a health issue, or some financial loss, maybe like the loss of a job or your career. In these times, people tend to get so stressed that if they don't look at it properly, if they don't strategically position themselves, it can turn into depression. Once something is turned into depression, it becomes much bigger, the depression that is, than the actual problem that you're originally intending to deal with. So it's imperative that you begin to take a look at your life, and if you're in a depression, ask yourself a couple key questions. The first primary question you're going to ask yourself is this something I can control? So whatever it is you're depressed about, can you fix it? Is it something that you can control and change on the spot? If it is, then it's your responsibility to get a hold of that thing and change it immediately. Start taking the actions and the steps necessary to move yourself in a much better positive disposition. If it's financial, stop spending. Stop charging. Stop going above and beyond your current lifestyle and livelihood. Don't live beyond your means. If it's health, seek out the help of a physician. So ask yourself if it's in your control. If it's not, then you need to say, okay, if I can't control this, who can? Who can help me to solve this particular problem? And again, if it's a health issue, maybe you need to seek the help of a doctor. Or if it's a relationship, maybe you need a therapist. Whatever it happens to be, I guarantee you the solution is out there. There's an expert in every area of our lives that will help walk us through a solution to get us where we need to be. The key is that we have to be willing to go through the process. It's going to be painful. It's not going to be pretty. It is going to take some work, but you have to be willing to want the solution, a better lifestyle, more than you want to stay in your current circumstances. I'm here to tell you to stop playing the victim. Decide to be your own hero. Put your cape on, shine off your boots, and let's go fly. So when you're taking a look at tragedies, when you're looking at these circumstances, understand that you are putting your core life at stake. 90% of all ailments, most doctors, when they see their patients, 90% of those visits come from a stress-related or stress-initiated circumstance. You've got to gain control of your mindset. You've got to gain control of the things that are surrounding you, that are bringing you down, so that you can live a more abundant, peaceful life. So, what are the steps you need to take? Recognize, number one, that you might have a problem if you do. If you're depressed or if you can't seem to get back in your groove, you want to create some systematic habits. You want to do it now, even if you're not feeling in a certain kind of way. Create habits that I call deal breakers. These are the things that you need to do. For instance, I make sure I go to the gym if I want to or not, at least 4 times a week for a minimum of 30 minutes each visit. I make sure that I review my financial life at least once a month to understand where I am, if I'm on target, if I'm not, and what adjustments need to be made if we're off target. I make sure that every day I pray and meditate, that I quiet my mind, that I quiet my spirit, and I give myself some healing time, some time to not process, to decompress, to lower the stress levels, away from office, away from the family, away from the demands of life, that I can get a chance to decompress. I make sure that I drink enough water, that I eat healthy, and that I get plenty of sleep. All these things come into the process of making yourself a healthier you. One of the key components that you really want to understand is that if you don't take care of yourself first, you can take care of no one else. You won't be productive at work. You're going to be a menace to your kids or your spouse or your significant other. Make sure that you make room for yourself first, and everything else will fall into place. So tackle your habits. If you're currently in a situation, create new habits. You say, hey, I'm walking around in a circle. I don't know what to do first. I just seem to be in a fog. So stop telling yourself in a fog. Sit down, plan out your day. No matter what you plan, make sure you do it. Just do what you write down regardless of how you feel. I promise you, if you do that, you're going to feel that you were successful that particular day, accomplishing the things that you've written out, the things that you've thought about, and even if they weren't super complex, it might be something as simple as cleaning your home. But if you write that down and accomplish it, that is a step, a major step in the right direction. These are the tools and the tips that you need in order to fight through grief, fight through stress, and fight through those circumstances that are bringing you down so that you can continue to move towards success. I'm Derick Gant, and I hope that you be your best and you leave very little chance.